It may not be a song of ice and fire, but here in Denton, it is definitely a storm of swords. In a modern setting, we hardly ever get to hear what the past sounds like, but here at HEMA, you can do exactly that. The echoes of the past have never been louder than in a place like this, as members of the Denton Society of Sword Fighting engage in historical European martial arts, or HEMA, and Alex Z is one of the foremost voices in bringing all the past here in this one place.
Well, I started about 7 years ago, and I was just trying to do something that was physically active without having to go to the gym. So that's how I got into sword fighting.
We immerse ourselves in the 14th and 15th century fencing manuals to accurately revive these martial arts.
HEMA is historical European martial arts, and it started in the mid to late 90s, and it is a revival / recreation of historical arts, historical martial arts specifically, and usually those are all weapons based.
Honestly, I was very drawn in by the sword, so that looked pretty cool. I liked watching that kind of stuff, so hopefully see more people do that kind of thing.
I mean, there was a poster that said swords and costumes, and it basically had me there.
The Society welcomes newcomers, offering classes that explore weapons like the longsword and rapier, guided by experienced members of the HEMA community like Alex, and even I, recently, have joined this group.
Is your first time fighting like this, or?
With a broadsword open sparring, it's my first time.
I would definitely say, for people who want to get into HEMA, that if you're just into the history part of it, or the medieval book club that it can be, that's a really cool reason to get into HEMA. And you might find that you eventually pick up the sword fighting just naturally along the way. And so if you're a history nerd like me, and that's the reason why you kind of got into it, I would say don't hold back. Definitely give it a try. Find your local school and see what they have to offer.
As the Denton Society of Sword Fighting continues to grow, it not only preserves ancient martial arts, but it also fosters a community passionate about connecting with history through the art of swordsmanship.
Crouch.